friends, welcome back to the channel with another powerful update. Last Friday, I shared a video about the Nordic military-industrial base and gave my top 3 defense giants from each country based on what I have learned over a lifetime around infantry systems and military thinking. But after that video, many of you made one thing very clear. Sweden deserved its own full episode. And honestly, you were right. Because when you take a closer look at Sweden, you realize this is not just another small European country making weapons. This is a nation that turns survival into strategy and strategy into world-class military technology. Sweden has built a defense industry that is respected across the world for one reason. It combines smart innovation, serious quality, and a deep understanding of modern warfare. For decades, Sweden followed a path shaped by neutrality. But neutrality never meant weakness. It meant preparation. It meant building strong enough systems to stand alone if needed. And that mindset helped create one of the most advanced defense industries on the planet. At the center of that story is Saab, the name that has become a symbol of Swedish engineering power. Saab is not just a defense company. It is one of the clearest examples of how Sweden
thinks fast, smart, flexible, and highly capable. And nothing shows that better than the JAS-39 Gripen. This fighter jet is one of the biggest reasons Sweden commands so much respect in military aviation. The Gripen is not famous because it is the biggest or the most expensive. It is famous because it is practical, dangerous, and brilliantly designed for real-world combat. It can switch roles quickly, react fast in the air, operate with advanced avionics, and deliver serious combat capability without the crushing cost of some heavier rivals. That makes it not only a backbone of Sweden's air defense, but also an attractive choice for countries looking for a fighter that is modern, lethal, and efficient. And that is what makes Sweden's defense industry so fascinating. It does not try to impress the world with size alone. It impresses with intelligence, precision, and performance. Sweden proves that a country does not need to be massive to build military systems that make the world pay attention. It only needs the vision, the discipline, and the will to stay ahead. And once you understand that, you begin to see why Sweden is not just part of the defense conversation, it is one of the countries shaping where that conversation goes next.
And the story of Sweden's defense power does not stop with one fighter jet, because this aircraft was built to do almost everything a modern war demands. It can fight for air superiority, strike targets on the ground, carry out reconnaissance, and even support electronic warfare, which makes it a true multi-role weapon for today's battlefield. But Sweden's aerospace strength goes far beyond that. Saab has also built impressive airborne early warning and surveillance aircraft that are now attracting more and more friendly nations, proving that Sweden is not just making jets, it is building the eyes and brain of modern air warfare too. And because Sweden designs its own fighters, it also develops many of the systems that go inside them: radars, weapons, munitions, sensors, and electronic warfare packages. In simple words, Sweden is not depending on others for the full picture. It is building the full combat ecosystem. On top of that, Saab has pushed heavily into the UAV sector, and its advanced unmanned helicopter projects show that Sweden is also preparing for the future of warfare, where drones, autonomy, and smart systems will matter more than ever. But if we come down from the sky to the battlefield on the ground, Sweden is just as dangerous there. In the comments of my earlier Nordic defense video, one weapon kept coming up again and again: the legendary Carl Gustaf recoilless rifle, and for good reason. This shoulder-fired weapon has earned global respect because it is reliable, easy to use, and devastatingly effective in combat. It can hit armored vehicles, enemy bunkers, fortifications, and infantry positions, making it one of the most flexible battlefield weapons ever produced. And that
tells you something important about Swedish military design. It is not built for show. It is built to work. Sweden has also produced a strong range of anti-tank and anti-armor weapons that have been widely used and highly praised in real war zones, including Ukraine, where battlefield performance matters more than marketing words. Then comes another monster of Swedish military engineering, the CV90. This is not just an armored vehicle, it is one of the most respected combat vehicle families in the world. The CV90 combines mobility, protection, and firepower in a way that makes it deadly in many different environments, from frozen northern terrain to brutal city fighting. It carries advanced sensors, modern communication systems, and modular armor, which means it can be adapted for many different missions. It can serve as an infantry fighting vehicle, a command platform, a forward observation unit, and more. That flexibility is exactly why so many countries, especially in Northern and Central Europe, value it so highly. And its performance in combat has only strengthened its reputation. Even in Ukraine, where equipment is tested under the hardest conditions possible, the CV90 has shown that it is a serious battlefield asset with a very strong record. And then, as if all of that was not enough, Sweden also brings one of the most feared artillery systems into the conversation, the Archer. This system represents everything that makes Swedish defense technology so respected: speed, precision, mobility, and the ability to hit hard before the enemy even understands what happened. When you step back and look at the full picture, it becomes clear that Sweden is not just making good weapons in one area, it is building excellence across the air, the land, and the future battlefield. This is what makes Sweden so dangerous, so respected, and so important in the modern defense world.
And when we talk about Swedish firepower on land, one system stands out like a warning siren across the battlefield: the Archer artillery system. This is not just another howitzer. This is a modern, high-speed, high-precision killing machine built for the brutal reality of modern war. Mounted on a strong 6x6 wheel chassis, Archer combines mobility, automation, and devastating firepower in one deadly package. Its 155mm gun can deploy fast, fire fast, and disappear fast, which is exactly why it has become so feared. With precision-guided rounds, it can strike targets at very long range, reaching beyond 50 kilometers, and its automated system means a very small crew can operate it with impressive speed and efficiency. That matters on a modern battlefield, because the longer an artillery crew stays in one place, the more likely it is to be targeted and destroyed. Archer solves that problem in brutal fashion. It can fire a full burst and move out before the enemy has time to react. That is why it is proving itself as one of the most effective counter-battery systems in the war in Ukraine. But Sweden's artillery strength is not only about the launcher, it is also about what comes out of the barrel. Sweden has built an impressive in-house artillery shell industry focused on precision, innovation, and high quality. Companies like Bofors have helped make Sweden's munitions some of the most respected in the world. Among them is the famous 155mm bonus round, a smart shell designed not just to hit an area, but to hunt. These advanced munitions use sensor fuse technology to search for armored targets and strike with deadly precision, giving Swedish artillery an extra level of intelligence and lethality that many armies dream of having. And Sweden's battlefield strength does not stop there. In the skies, it has also built some of the world's most advanced anti-air systems to defend against aircraft, helicopters, and drones. One of the most well-known is the RBS-70, a portable air defense system that uses laser-guided missiles for high accuracy. It is respected because it is mobile, flexible, and deadly, making it useful in many kinds of combat situations. Then there is Sweden's medium-range air defense capability, built to protect both fixed positions and moving assets with dependable radar-guided precision. In simple words, Sweden has not just prepared to strike the enemy, it is also prepared to stop the enemy from striking back. And then we come to Swedish armor, where the Stridsvagn 122 shows just how serious Sweden is about battlefield survival and combat power. This tank, based on the Leopard 2, but heavily tailored for Swedish needs, is one of the most survivable tanks in the world. It has stronger protection, advanced mine defense, modular armor, and the kind of battlefield toughness that modern crews need if they are expected to fight and survive in the worst conditions. Armed with a powerful 120mm smoothbore gun, it delivers the kind of punch you would expect from a top-tier main battle tank. So when you step back and look at the full picture, you begin to understand something important. Sweden is not strong in just one corner of warfare. It has built a complete system of power: artillery that hits hard and vanishes, munitions that think,
air defenses that protect the sky, and armored forces built to survive and destroy. This is what makes Sweden's military industry so impressive. It is not just advanced, it is smart, deadly, and designed for the real battlefield. And when it comes to raw armored power, Sweden is not standing still. It is pushing forward. The Stridsvagn 122 is already one of the most capable tanks on the battlefield, but what makes it truly dangerous is how Sweden keeps improving it for the wars of tomorrow. This tank combines advanced fire control systems, strong protection, and excellent mobility, allowing it to fight effectively in cities, forests, rough terrain, and open ground. Its advanced electronics, improved thermal imaging, and night vision systems give crews a huge advantage, especially in low visibility conditions, where the first tank to see the enemy is often the first tank to survive. And now, with new upgrades, the Strv 122 is becoming even more impressive. Sweden is pushing it toward the future with anti-drone protection, integrated spotter drones, and next-generation battlefield technology that could keep it among the best main battle tanks in the world. But Sweden's military strength is not only built on land. At sea, it becomes just as dangerous. One of the clearest examples is the RBS-15, Sweden's deadly anti-ship missile. This is a long-range, all-weather, sea-skimming weapon built to hunt and destroy enemy ships with precision. Its advanced guidance systems help it stay accurate and lethal, while its flexibility allows it to be launched from ships, aircraft, and coastal defense batteries. In simple words, Sweden has built a missile that can come from multiple directions, strike hard, and break through modern naval defenses. And that tells you something important about Swedish military design. It is built to give maximum effect with smart, flexible solutions. Then there is the Swedish Navy, a force designed not around giant warships, but around stealth, surprise, and precision. Sweden understands the Baltic Sea better than almost anyone, and it has built naval systems specifically for that environment. The Visby-class corvettes are a perfect example. These sleek stealth warships are packed with
advanced sensors and weapons, yet their most powerful feature may be how difficult they are to detect. They are built for literal warfare, meaning they can operate close to coastlines, move fast, stay hidden, and strike larger enemies before slipping away again. That is the Swedish way. Not always bigger, but smarter, faster, and harder to catch. And then we go beneath the waves, where Sweden may be at its most dangerous of all. The Gotland-class submarines are famous for their stealth and advanced technology, and for good reason. These diesel-electric submarines use air-independent propulsion, which allows them to stay underwater for long periods without surfacing. That makes them incredibly hard to find and incredibly deadly in the right hands. They carry advanced sonar, modern torpedoes, strong communication systems, and countermeasures that make them a nightmare for enemy fleets. Their silent operations and hidden strike power have made them one of the most respected submarine classes in the world. In fact, their reputation grew even more after reports and exercises showed just how difficult they were to detect, with one famous simulation suggesting a Swedish sub could get close enough to land hits on a US aircraft carrier without being noticed. That is not just impressive, that is a warning. And now Sweden is moving even further ahead with the A26 submarine, the next step in its undersea warfare evolution. When you put all of this together, the picture becomes impossible to ignore. Sweden is not just building weapons, it is building a complete military system designed for survival, precision, stealth, and shock. On land, in the air, on the sea, and under it. Sweden has created a defense industry that punches far above its size, and that is exactly why the world keeps watching.
And the story still does not end there, because Sweden is already building the next chapter of its naval power with the A26 submarine, a next-generation platform designed to make Sweden even more dangerous at sea. This new submarine is expected to bring even better stealth, a more flexible modular design, and a payload system that can adapt to different missions, making it far more than just another underwater vessel. With an upgraded air-independent propulsion system, the A26 is being shaped into a true stealth beast, built to stay hidden, strike hard, and strengthen Nordic maritime defense in a serious way. But Sweden's naval production is not only about submarines. We also have to talk about the CV90, the Combat Boat 90, one of the most respected fast assault craft ever built for coastal warfare. This boat is fast, agile, and made for rapid deployment in coastal waters and rivers, where speed and maneuverability can decide everything. It can carry troops, support reconnaissance, and execute special forces missions, all while being protected and heavily armed with machine guns, grenade launchers, and even missile systems. And if this list is going to feel complete, then one legendary Swedish weapon absolutely deserves its place: the famous Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft gun. This is one of the most iconic military guns ever made, a system that has seen conflict after conflict for nearly a century. And now it is being upgraded once again for the future battlefield. Its new focus on anti-aircraft and especially anti-drone warfare shows just how serious Sweden is about preparing for modern threats. Because that is the real secret behind Swedish defense success. Sweden does not just build great weapons and stop there. It keeps modernizing, keeps innovating, and keeps
investing in what comes next. Research and development remain at the heart of the Swedish defense sector, with constant work on artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, smarter missiles, and drones that can still find their targets even in jammed and contested environments. Companies like Saab and Bofors are pushing hard into these new areas because they understand that future wars will not only be about firepower, but also about who can think faster, adapt faster, and survive in the most electronic and chaotic battlefield ever seen. What makes Sweden even stronger is that it does not do all of this alone. Its defense innovation is supported by strong partnerships with universities, researchers, and technology companies, helping turn advanced ideas into real battlefield capability. That teamwork helps Sweden stay at the cutting edge and make sure its armed forces get the best possible tools to defend the nation and support allies when needed. So when you step back and look at the full picture, it becomes very clear. Sweden has built one of the most impressive military industries in the world. From fighter jets to submarines, from combat boats to artillery, from legendary anti-aircraft guns to future AI-powered systems, Sweden continues to prove that it is not just keeping up with modern warfare, it is helping shape it. And that is exactly why Sweden remains such an important force in both national defense and global security. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think I missed anything important about Sweden's military industry? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, I would truly appreciate your support. So do not forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next one.